So for chapter 3, this is about loads, applying loads, and defining load combinations. So meron tayong apat na types of loads. We have dead load, live load, soil, and then temperature load. So ang title ng dead is DL. For live, you have LL. Soil is H, and then T for temperature. So ito yung kanyang mga description. So dito tayo ngayon sa flow muna ng ating stud. So nag-start tayo sa geometry, and then properties, and then materials, tapos specifications, and then supports. Ngayon dito na tayo sa loading. So dito sa load cases details, you just click that, and then you click add, and then dito na tayo sa loading number 1. So yung type na ilalagay natin ay dead, tapos yung title ay DL. Okay? Then you click add, and then automatic siya magna number 2, and then the type is live, then LL, then add, and then 3 is soil, tapos that is H, then add, and then last is thermal or temperature, tapos that is T, then add, then close. Tapos maraming types ang loading. Meron tayong member load. So I will click this, and then you click add, and then ito. So meron tayong self weight, meron ding nodal load, then merong member load, and then meron ding floor load tsaka plate load. So yan ang mga gagamitin natin, ano? So nodal, member, and then floor, and then plate. Ngayon sa nodal load, ang application niyan ay mga concentrated loads, since it is nodal. Kaya hindi mo siya pwedeng i-apply sa beam, sa nodes lang. And then mapapansin nyo pa na kilonewton ito kasi concentrated. And then of course you can also apply moment loads. And then sa member load naman, pag clinic mo yan, maraming choices ito. Meron tayong uniform force, or this is the uniformly loaded. You also have uniform moment, and then concentrated force, and then may concentrated moment, linear varying, trapezoidal, hydrostatic, so forth and so on. Now let's look at the member load. Okay, so ayan. Kapag ganito yung figure niya, no? Kapag member load uniform force, ibig sabihin yan, yung load natin dito sa end nung uniform is the same value at the other end of the uniform load. Okay? So hindi siya trapezoidal, hindi siya linear varying. Uniform siya all throughout. However, you can specify kung meron siyang D1 or D2 tsaka D3. Ngayon, yung D1, that is the start of your uniform load with reference to the start node. So ito yung D1. Ayan. Okay? From this line going to this line, yan yung D1. Tapos so makita nyo doon nag-start yung uniform load. And then yung D2 naman, yun yung end nung uniform load with reference from your start node. Tapos yung D3, yun yung distance of your uniform load from the local x-axis. So pag meron tayong D3, ibig sabihin mag-focus ito ng aside from uniform load, mag-focus din ito ng torsional moment. So usually ang nilalagay lang natin is of course itong W1 tsaka D1 and D2. And then you have the direction. Kapag global Y, ibig sabihin nito, it is directed in the global Y-axis. And then, ang ilalagay natin dito, negative value. Ibig sabihin nun, pababa. Okay? Or towards the center of the Earth. Kaya mapapansin niyo dito, this is negative 10. And then, kapag local Y naman ang direction, ibig sabihin yan, sinusundan niya yung direction ng local Y-axis with reference to the member. Take note na yung local X-axis, yan yung longitudinal axis with reference to the member. Okay, so kapag local Y, ganito ang direction mo. And then, kapag sinelect mo naman ay global Y, okay, ibig sabihin nun, yung direction ng force natin or ng uniform load is vertically directed. Ayan o, sinusundan niya ngayon yung global Y-axis or it is directed towards the center of the globe or Earth. So that's the difference between global and local Y-axis. So let's say we have a uniform load na 10 kN per meter applied on the horizontal projection na 4 meters. So, co-convert natin siya as concentrated load, no? So, i-multiply natin tong uniform load by the horizontal length na 4 meters. Okay, so 10 kN per meter multiplied by 4 meters will give you 40 kN na lang. And then, ang 40 kN meter na yan is i-apply natin dito sa actual 5 meter na hypotenuse. Okay, so i-apply natin siya as uniform load dito sa 5 meter length. And then, ang gagamitin natin is global Y. Okay? Hindi siya local. Global ang application natin. Since, ang direction noong uniform load ay global Y din. Okay, kaya 40 kN divided by the hypotenuse na 5 meter, it will give us 8 kN per meter. This is now applied global Y axis. And then, pwede mo naman itong i-check dun sa reactions. Now, for floor loads, ang application ng floor load pwedeng two-way, pwede ring one-way. Okay? Sa dimension naman ng floor load, meron tayong L tsaka S. L stands for the longer dimension and then S for the smaller dimension. If the ratio between L and S is less than 2, then gagamit tayo ng two-way. Kapag yung L all over S is equal to 2 or greater than 2, then gagamit na tayo ng one-way distribution. Ang ibig sabihin ng L all over S is equal to 2, ibig sabihin nun, kasya na yung dalawang square dito sa floor load mo. Okay, sa floor. Ibig sabihin, pag kasya na yung dalawang square, gagamit na tayo ng one-way distribution. Okay. Kapag two-way distribution, ibig sabihin nun, yung floor load na yan, i-apply natin dito sa long dimension, tsaka sa short dimension. Dito sa apat na supporting beams. Kapag one way, ayan o, L all over S is equal to or greater than 2, ang application ng floor load natin dito na lang sa longer beams. Wala na dito sa shorter beams. And then for floor loads, dito tayo sa NSCP Table 205-1. Kapag office use, ang live load natin ay 2.4. Kapag computer use, 4.8. And then, kapag residential, gumagamit tayo ng 1.9. Anyway, dito natin kukunin yung live loads natin. And then, for our figure, for our sample, meron tayong nodal load, meron tayong member loads, and then we also have floor loads. And, of course, the self-weight. So, these are for the dead loads. Para sa live loads naman, we have floor load and plate loads. Okay, so balik tayo sa ating STAAD. Exit ko naman na ito. And then, ayan na, yung dito tayo ngayon sa, mapapansin nyo dito sa load cases details, ito yung ginawa natin kanina. Wala pang plus ito, kasi wala pa siyang laman. Now, let us click DL and then you click add. So, self-weight would be global Y and then -1. Ibig sabihin yan ay pababa. And then you click add. Then, close. And then, mapapansin nyo yung self-weight, meron siyang question mark doon. Ibig sabihin yan, hindi pa natin to na i-assign. Okay? So, you just make sure na naka-display whole structure tayo. Okay? And then, you click this, self-weight, and then assign to view. Then, you click assign. So, pag clinic mo yan, lahat ito nagka-highlight. Ibig sabihin, na-assignan mo yung self-weight dyan. By the way, ang self-weight, that is equal to the volume of the member multiplied by the density of that member. Yan ang equivalent ng self-weight. And then, para sa nodal load naman, we're still here at dead load. Make sure na naka-click yan. Then, add. And then, let us go to nodal load. And then, Fy is downwards, -20, with a moment at the x-axis na 5 kilonewton meter. And then, you click add. By the way, itong -20 tsaka 5, this is applied at the nodes. Then, you click add. And then, now let us apply this. Since these are nodal loads, we can only apply it to joint, no? So, we will use cursor to assign. Papapansin nyo na kahit anong gawin mo dyan, hindi mo pwedeng is-select itong assign to beams, and you can only use cursor to assign. Okay, so we click assign now, and dito natin siya i-apply. Okay. And then, punta tayo ngayon sa member load ulit. So, click natin tong DL and then you click add. Tapos, member load, this time, -10. Then, you click add. Then, as you click add, by the way, nadadagdagan na ito, no? Kapag napindot mo pa ito ng isang beses. Kaya, make sure na itong window na yan, hindi niya tatatakpan ito, no? Kasi minsan napindot mo yan ng isa, dalawa, tatlong beses. Tatlong beses na nagkakaroon dyan. Okay, so you can just delete that. Kaya pag ako gumagawa ng loads, I make sure na nakatabi yan. Okay? Para makikita ko kung ano yung nangyayari dyan. And then, let us now close this and we will apply this -10. So, let's say na yung -10, yaan yung wall loads sa second floor beam, no? So, pwedeng gawin ganito. Use cursor to assign. Apply natin dito. Tsaka dyan. Then here, and then here. Then dito sa likod. Ngayon, pag hindi ko pwedeng basta-basta na lang i-click dito kasi pag clinic ko yan, see, na-apply siya dito sa roof beam. Kaya, ang gagawin ko ngayon is just click undo. Yan. And then, let us change the view. Yan. And then, I can go back now to assigning. Now, how about this part? So, pwede ko siyang i-zoom and then click ko. Yan. See? Take note na itong beam na yan beforehand is nag-meshing tayo ng 1 by 1 meter na plates. Kaya, ini-split din niya yung beam by 1 meter length. Okay, so meron na tayong beam loads. And then maglagay tayo ng member load, but this time it is concentrated. So click yan and then add member load and then you choose concentrated force. And let us type there -20. That is 2 meters from the start. Or that is D1. So, maglagay ka dyan ng 2. Okay? Make sure na, by the way, ang D1, that is always from the start node. Or yan yung kulay green na pinapakita ni Stan. So, you click add. Close. Next, let us now apply this. Kaya, i-hover ko lang muna itong mouse dito. So, ayun, lumabas yung kulay green. So, that means that is the start node of this beam 20. Yung kulay blue naman, that is the end node of beam number 20. Ganon din dito. Okay? So, ayun, meron siyang midpoint dun sa beam. Yan yung start node. Take note na nahati yung ating beam. Ganon din dito. So, that is beam number 24 and then on this part, yan yung start node. Okay, so let us assign this. Use cursor to assign and then click ko yan. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung 2 meters from the start node. Then, I will click here and then ito naman yung 2 meters from the start node. And then, next is, dito tayo ngayon sa floor load na minus 6.25 tsaka negative 4. Itong 6.25 applied sa second floor and then negative 0.4 sa roof. And meron tayong nakalimutang gawin. Nakalimutan nating mag-group. So, yung group dapat ginagawa yan dito sa geometry. Okay? So, sige, click natin sa geometry and then control G. Let's say, delete ko lang muna yung mga yan. Then, ulitin natin. Okay. So, ulitin ko, Control G, and then, let's say, mag-group tayo ngayon ng first floor columns muna. So, you click beam, and then 1F column. Then, okay. Tapos, i-select natin itong mga first floor columns. So, select and then control to do multiple selection. And don't worry, hindi siya magsa-select ng plate. Panay lines lang ang kanyang isa-select. And then, you click associate to selected geometry and then associate. And then mag-create ulit tayo. Then type here, i-select beam, that is the type. Then 2F col, 2F for the second floor columns. And then mapansin nyo na naka-blue yan, ibig sabihin dyan tayo pwedeng mag-associate. So we will now click this. Yan ang ating mga second floor columns. And then you click associate. And then, ganon din sa beams, no? So, create tayo. and then beam, let's say 2F beam. Then, okay. Now, hindi pa ako nag-a-assign ng second floor beams. So, mapapansin nyo dito, yung 1F column, may beam assigned, 2F column, beam assigned. Etong 2F beam, it is beam unassigned. So, click ko lang yan and then highlight. Tama. Click ko to, highlight. Ayan. Now, pag click ko yung 2F beam, highlight, wala. So, this time, mag-a-assign na tayo ng para sa second floor beam. So, I will just adjust the view. Ayan. Kasi pag hindi mo in-adjust yan, pag isa-select mo to, yung second floor beam, nasa-select mo rin yung roof beam. So, I will just move the view away for a little bit. Then, click ko yan and then I will now select the second floor beams. By the way, hindi ko isasali itong interior beams kasi yung negative 10 ay dito lang siya sa exterior beam, no? Then, associate. Next, punta tayo ng create. Tapos, this time, ang gagamitin natin ay floor. Yan. So, ang name niya ay 2F for second floor. And then, okay. Tapos, create ulit tayo. Then, RF para sa roof. And then, this is floor. And then, okay. So, mapapansin nyo, this is 2F floor unassigned. Ngayon, yung i-click ko itong roof. And then, I will click this. Ibig sabihin yan, mag-a-assign tayo ng floor load dito sa girders, including the secondary beams. Okay, take note na ang floor, it is always a minimum of 4 beams, okay? And then we will now click assign to selected geometry and then associate. And then sa second floor naman, ito. Ayun, meron na siyang floor assigned, ano? Oops. So, yan ang ating second floor and then associate. Now, let's check. So, roof and then highlight. Tapos, 2F, second floor, highlight. And then, second floor beam, highlight. Yan. So, okay, tama na. And then, let's now go back to loading. Then, balik tayo sa load cases details sa dead load and then check natin tong negative 10. Okay. So, let's say ulitin natin itong negative, gawa tayo ng panibagong member load na let's say negative 15 global Y. Then add, then close. Ayun siya, no? Then close. Ngayon, i-click ko ito. Anyway, tanggalin na natin tong negative 15. Okay, so balik na tayo ngayon sa negative 6.25. Ayan, sa floor load. So, dead load, floor, negative 6.25, and then let us click group. Yan. So, i-assign natin siya sa second floor, and then you click, make sure naka-click yung global Y, and then do not click one-way distribution, and then you click add. So, mapapansin nyo na meron na dun And then, next is yung negative 0.4. Ito naman, para sa roof. So, negative 0.4 and then click mo tong roof. Global Y. And hindi ko clinic tong one-way distribution for now. Then you click, we will click add and see what happens here. Ano? Yan, clinic ko na siya. Yan, meron na. And then close. Now, look at, let us click each of these loads. So, self-weight. Ayan, nag-highlight siya. So, click ko lang dito. And then, FY, negative 20. Ayan siya. Tapos, negative 10. Ito, yung wall loads. Ano? Tapos, negative 20. Ayan. Yung concentrated force. Tapos, second floor. Yan siya. So, yung second floor, applied siya dito sa second floor beams. No? And then, etong roof, loads, applied siya doon. Pero take note na, mapapansin nyo, parang may triangular loading siya. Ibig sabihin nun, ayan o, dito sa member na yan, naging triangular load siya. Ganon din dito. So, meron siyang triangle dito, then uniform, and then meron siyang triangle doon. Pero take note na if we will divide this length divided by S, okay, this length is 7.5 divided by 2, that is more than 2. So, ibig sabihin, kasya dyan ang ilang square. So, this should be classified as one-way distribution. Kaya, i-click ko itong roof load, double-click mo lang yan, and then you click one-way distribution, and see what happens, and we will click modify, yan, then close. So, mapapansin nyo na naging normal one-way distribution na siya. Kapag one-way distribution, sineselect ni STAAD yung longer dimension. Okay? However, pwede mong i-assign siya sa shorter direction. And to do that, you just click this one, and then pwede mong, ayun, ang default niya ay longer direction. Pwede mong palitan ito. Okay, let's say this is beam away. Close ko lang muna yan. This is beam number 26. Okay, ibig sabihin dito natin ilo-load. So, double click that, and then toward beam number 26. Ayan siya. And then, modify. Yan. So, sineselect niya ngayon yung shorter beams. Okay, so hindi pa rin yan yung tama. That is just for demonstration purposes only. Okay, so babalik ko to sa default na longer direction. Then, modify again. Yan na. And then sa live load naman, meron tayong negative 4.8 tsaka negative 0.6. So, dito tayo ngayon sa live load. Add floor load, negative 4.8. And then, click mo si global. Make sure na naka-click si global Y, ano? So, that is default. Anyway, so sa group, and then, select natin si second floor, and then add. Tapos, negative 0.6. Dito siya kay roof. Take note na i-click na natin si one way and then add. Then close. So, pag click natin, ayun na siya. Tapos ito si roof. Ayan na siya. Oops, by the way, ito pala ay plate load, negative 2.4. Ito ay applied hindi sa roof, kundi sa suspended slab. Yan. So ito ngayon yung i-apply natin dito kay STAAD. So, punta na tayo dito kay live load. And, gagawa tayo ngayon ng add. And, let's look for plate loads. And then, negative 2.4. Tapos, i-click natin si global Y. Then, you click add. Okay. Tapos, we will now click this and use cursor to assign. By the way, and see what happens. Ano? Ayan. Oops, mali. Hindi ito yung suspended slab natin. Kundi, yan. Yan yung ating suspended slab. So, be careful in selecting your plates. So, mano-mano ang pag-select nito. Now, let's terminate this selection. Ano ito? Yung dalawang plates na yan. Let's say, mag-e-edit tayo, no? So, punta tayo ngayon kay select and then plate cursor. Then, tingnan natin kung anong number yan. So, that is plate 210 tsaka plate 211. So, punta tayo dito kay treasure and then assign to edit list and then i-delete natin si 210 tsaka si 211. Then, you click assign. So, nawala na siya. And then, balik tayo dito. And then, you click use cursor to assign. Then, isa-assign mo na yan. Let's say, hindi natin na-select yan, ano? Yan. Okay. Meron tayong mga na-miss. And then, escape to terminate. So, click ko lang yan, then click ko ito, and then, ayan. See? Hindi natin alam kung meron tayong na-miss. So, para sa akin, ang pag-select ko ng plate would be like this. So, i-delete ko yan, ano? Then, gawa ako ng panibago. So, add, and then, plate, minus 2.4, global Y, and then add, and then magsa side view ako, and then I will select plate cursor, and then yan ang technique. Oops, ito pala. Ayan na yun. And then let's now go to display host structure, and then you click assign to selected plates. Yes. So, for sure, wala na tayong na-miss na plate. So, yan ang technique. And since meron tayong inclined loading, ito, ayan, kailangan natin i-edit yung ating roof. So, dapat naka-check din itong inclined floor. So, i-click modify. Okay? So, ayan. Sinundan na niya. Next is mag-apply na tayo ngayon ng plate loads. Which is, ito. Yung ating plate loads ay applied siya sa suspended slab. Hindi sa roof. Okay? So, ayan. And then, punta na tayo ngayon kay live load. And then, add. By the way, punta tayo ngayon kay plate loads. Tapos, ito ngayon yung local x-axis tsaka local y-axis. And, ang lalagay natin dito, negative 2.4. And then, local z. Okay? Hindi global y. Local z tayo. Ibig sabihin, it is applied perpendicular to the local x and y axis. And then we will now add. Tapos, close. And then, ang pipiliin natin ngayon would be select and then plate cursor. Then we will select this. Ito pala, yan. Tapos, view natin. Display host structure, and then click natin yan, and then assign to selected plates. Then click yes, and see what happens. Okay, so if you will look closely, ito yung ating plate. Yan, it is directed normal to the surface of the plate. Okay, i-double palitan natin yan. See what happens kung papalitan natin to ng positive 2.4, then modify. Yan. So, lahat sila nag-iba ng direction. So, obviously, it is negative 2.4. And then, check natin kung papalitan natin ng global, local y. See what happens. Okay? Yan. See? Then, palitan natin ng local x. Ayan. Then, palitan din natin ng global y or global x. See what happens. And global y or global z. See what happens. Ayan. Palitan natin ng global y. See what happens. Ayan. Okay. So, dito na lang tayo sa local z. Then, close. Okay? Local z and then close. Next is, maglalagay tayo ngayon ng soil loads. Let's say, this is our soil loads. Ang soil load is obviously lateral earth pressure. So, meron tayong soil active pressure. It is always triangular. And then, meron tayong surcharge pressure. Ito yung nasa ibabaw ng soil. This is transferred uniformly. Okay? And then, pag i-add natin yan, 0 plus 10 will give you 10. And then, 25 plus 10 will give you 35. Kaya, punta na tayo dito. So, side view natin. Ang a-applyan natin ng lateral earth pressure would be these plates. Okay? Yan. Oops! Kailangan naka-plate cursor pala tayo. I almost forgot. So, plate cursor, yan ang applyan natin. Then, display whole structure. Next, punta tayo ngayon kay H. And then, you click Add. Tapos, balik tayo kay H. And then, Add plate loads, but this time, si plate loads, hindi na pressure on full plate. Dito tayo ngayon kay hydrostatic. Okay? Hydrostatic tayo. And then, mag-select plates muna tayo. Okay? So, punta tayo display whole structure. And then, click ulit natin yan. Yan. Then, you click Done. Okay? Tapos, ang ating load would be dito sa taas, that is 10, tapos 35 sa baba. Ngayon, babalik ta rin natin to. Okay? Yung W2 ang magiging 10, tapos yung W1 ang magiging 35. Okay? So, W1 would be 35, and then W2 would be 10. And then let us click interpolate along global y-axis. Okay, so yung interpolation natin, ito yung global y-axis, ano? So dito tayo mag-interpolate. Ibig sabihin, at this height, pwedeng 10, at this lower height, 35. Okay, so yan ang ating i-check. And then, direction of pressure would be local Z. Then, you click Add. Then, close. Then, see what happens. Click lang natin yung isa. Yun. See? Baliktad. So, let's try palitan natin to. Wait. Erasin na lang natin yan, lahat. Ulitin natin. Okay? Delete. And then, delete. Delete natin lahat yan. Ulitin na lang natin, ano? So, H, and then add. Balik tayo sa plate loads, hydrostatic, and then mag-select ulit tayo. Side view. And then selected plates, done. W1 would be negative 35. Okay, negative 35. And then this is negative 10. Interpolate Y, local Z, and then add. Yan. And then check natin kung tama na siya. Yan. Okay, so tumama rin, ano? Next is click natin yan bawat isa. So ayun siya, nasa baba. Yan. So automatic na siyang nag-interpolate. And then dito na tayo ngayon sa temperature load. Okay, so click natin yan. Then add. Tapos dito tayo kay temperature loads. And then lagyan lang natin ito ng 25. So ang ibig sabihin yan, pag na-reach na nung ambient temperature ay 25 degrees na, magkakaroon na siya ng elongation, ano? Either humaba siya or lumit, so forth and so on. And then etong dalawa, differential and differential, wag na nating palitan yan. And then you just click add. Then close, and then we will assign this to view. Okay, so make sure na, ayan, let's say assign to view, then assign. Okay, so display whole structure, assign to view. Yan. Okay, pero para sa akin, in actual practice, hindi na ako gumagamit ng temperature, pero dito sa demonstration, naglagay tayo. Okay? Dahil yung temperature load, applicable ito sa mga extreme locations. Like for example, meron tayong snow, tapos nandun tayo sa desert. Ayun, sobrang lamig, sobrang init. Okay, so I guess natapos na tayo sa application ng loads. Ang next natin would be load combinations. And then next is for load combination. Dito tayo ngayon kay, so i-minimize lang natin ito, mga load cases. Okay, dito tayo ngayon kay load cases details, and then you click add, tapos dito tayo kay define combinations. Okay, so ito yung ating mga combinations. Mag-start tayo kay 100 series, ibig sabihin 101, 102, 103, 104. Ito yung mga ultimate combinations. Tapos yung service naman, you have 201 and then 202. So dito tayo, ayan, i-minimize ko lang, close ko muna yan. Okay, so yan, balik tayo dito kay load cases details, add, and then combination, define combinations. Mag-start tayo kay 101. Okay, and then palitan natin ito ng 1.4D. So meron tayong D for dead, L for live, tapos T for temperature, H for soil. Okay? So, ang lalagay ko dito ay 1.4D. And then, palitan natin to ng 1.4. Double click mo si DL. Then, you click add. Tapos, susunod ay 102. And then, ang title nito ay 1.2D space plus 1.6 L. Then, dito, palitan natin yan ng 1.2. Double click mo si DL. Tapos, type natin dyan 1.6. Ito yung load factor, ano? Then, double click si LL. Then add. And then next is, ayan siya, no? Yan yung ginawa natin kanina, 101, 102. Next would be 103. So load number 103 would be 1.2 space 1.2D plus 1.2T plus 1.6L. Okay? Remember na merong significance itong numbers na yan. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 stands for dead, 2 stands for live, 3 for H, 4 for T. Okay? So, ayan. 1.2 for dead, and then pwedeng arrow right. Tapos, 1.2 again for T, and then 1.6 for L. Then, add. And then next, gagawin naman natin itong service series dun sa editor. Okay? So, you click add or close. Double check natin ha. So, meron tayong 101. Ayan, 101. Ito, 1.4D. 1.2 plus 1.6. Ito yung 102, tsaka 103. Ayan. O let's say, hindi natin na ipasok itong 104. Gagawin natin yan ngayon sa editor. So, punta tayo ngayon kay utilities. Punta tayo kay command file. Save lang natin yan. Tapos, dito tayo kay, ayan. Yan yung nagawa natin. So, pwede rin natin gawin dito sa editor. So, double click lang natin itong 103. So, ito siya. And then, dito tayo ngayon sa editor. You just press enter. At gagawin na natin itong 104. Remember na, so itatype natin would be load comb 104 space, and then kaya mo lang yung mga lumalabas na yan, ano? 0.9D space plus 1.6H, then enter. Ngayon, yung first number corresponds to the load case, which is dead load. Ang load case number ni dead ay, remember na 1 siya, okay? So 1 space, tapos yung susunod na number dyan ay 0.9. Yan ngayon yung load factor na 0.9. And then, so natapos na natin ito, ano? And then, space again would be H. Anong load case number ni H? So, pagilid natin yan. Then, anong load case ni H? Yan. So, ang load case ni H ay number 3. Take note na number 1 is dead, number 2 is live, number 3 is H, number 4 is T. Okay? So, dito, ang susunod na number dyan ay 3. Tapos, space 1.6. And then, enter. Okay. By the way, dito, pwede tayong maglagay ng comment. No? So, enter and then remarks. Or asterisk. Ang ibig sabihin ng asterisk ay comment. Hindi yan babasahin ni Stad as command. Okay? Next. Dito na tayo ngayon. Let's say, dito, comment tayo ng service series. Okay? Tapos, dito sa ultimate series. Yan, pwede yan. Dito sa service series, maglalagay tayo ng type ulit natin. Load com space, mag-start tayo ngayon na 201 space 1.0 dead. Ito na yung ginagawa natin, plus 1.0 L. Then enter. So yung number ni D ay 1 space 1.0, then space. Next, ang number ni L ay 2 space and then 1.0. Next is, mapapansin nyo na lahat ng load comb natin ay, or load factor natin ay merong decimal place. Tapos lahat ng full number natin, yan yung mga load cases. Okay? For example, for this load combination, yung 1 corresponds to dead, yung 1.2 corresponds to the load factor. And then, dito naman, eto, this is 1.0D and 1.0L. Ngayon, pwede mong ilagay na ganyan lang. Okay? Pero, para hindi tayo malito, lagyan natin siya ng decimal. Okay? Next, load com 202. So, load com 202 space 1.0D plus 1.0L plus 1.0H and then enter. So that is 1.0 space 2 1.0 space and then etong H is load case number 4, kaya 1.0 yan. Then you press save. Okay? Tapos exit na natin to. Dapat walang error na lalabas. Hintay lang ng konti. Ayun. 1 errors warning. Click natin. Yes. Ito siya. Click mo yung 1 error na yan. Parang nawala yung inclined dito. Okay? So, i-try natin na i-type C inclined. Then, save. Okay, balik tayo. Baka ayaw nyo ng may D. Then, save ulit. Okay, so, lagyan natin ito ng remark. Yan. Then, save. Then, close. So, ano na si roof? Yung roof load natin. Live load is negative 0.6. Okay, ito yung inclined. Okay, balik tayo sa loading. Check natin si dead load. Oops, nakalimutan nating ilagay itong floor load kay roof. Okay. Tapos si live load. Mukhang okay naman. Tapos check natin si group. Sa Control G. Meron naman siya. Then highlight. Ayan. Okay. So ulitin natin si roof. Okay. So, balik tayo dito kay dead loads at lagyan natin ito, no? So, dead load and then add tapos floor pressure -4 and then -0.4, ano? 0.4 and then group. Tapos, click mo si roof. Naka one way tayo. Then, you click inclined and then add. Tapos, close. Yan na siya. Balik tayo ngayon kay live load. Dito na tayo kay -0.6 add. And then, floor group -0.6 global Y, one way, inclined, and then roof, then add, then close. Ito yun. Okay. Tapos nadoble siya. Then save natin. Let's see kung mag-e-error pa siya, no? So, I will exit. And then open ko ulit. Tapos, balik tayo kay loading. Punta tayo kay dead load. So, self-weight. Ayan, tapos nodal load. Ayan, -20. Tapos, uni na -10. And then, -20 na may 2 meter from support. Ito. Tapos, -6.25 na floor load sa second floor. And then, roof na -0.4 na naka-incline. Okay. Tapos, dito tayo kay live load naman. Okay. Sa live load, ito siya. Meron tayong second floor na 4.8 and then 0.6 sa roof. Tapos pressure na 2.4 sa suspended and then na doble ito. Okay, so punta tayo ngayon kay utilities, kay command file. Punta tayo dito. Load 2. Yan. So, ito yung remark kanina na ginawa ko. Delete ko lang yan. Sa live load, second floor, 4.8. Ito, tapos -0.6. And then, yung pressure load, tapos temperature load. Okay, looks good. Now, always check your loads before analyzing. Okay? Okay, so ito yung second floor na -4.8. Tapos roof na -0.6 inclined and then the pressure sa suspended load and then click natin yan. Pwede ko na itong i-delete. Yan. So, tatlo na lang, no? Okay, so check ulit sa command file. So live load 4.8, -0.6, and then the pressure load na negative 2.4. And then, yung load 3, yan yung H or soil. So, okay na. And then, balik tayo kay H. Ayan na si H. Tapos, ito si temperature load. And then, si load combinations. Okay? So, ayan. And then, i-check din natin yung numbering, ano? So, 1.2, this is number 1. Temperature, number 4. Live is number 2. Okay, so this is 1 and 3. Tapos, dito sa load case 201 or load combination 201, 1 and 2. Yan. So, this ends chapter 3. And the next topic would be analysis. Okay guys, so thank you for listening. Before performing analysis, meron tayong ihahabol. Dito tayo sa load envelopes. So, 1,000 envelope is strength, which is yung 100 series. Tapos, yung 200 series, yan yung ating serviceability envelopes. So, dito tayo. And then add, and then envelope 1,000, and then the type is strength, and then piliin lang natin itong 100 to 104, tapos add. Next is 2,000 series, and then you click serviceability, and then piliin lang natin yung 201 tsaka 202 or the 200 series. Then you click add, then close. Then ayan yung ating envelope. Pag dinouble click mo yan, papakita niya yung contents, which now leads us to chapter 4, or that is performing analysis and generating results. So punta tayo ngayon dito kay analysis, and then dito tayo kay define commands, tapos dito tayo kay perform analysis. Yan, okay, dito kay perform analysis. Yan. And then make sure na nakaselect itong no print, and then you click add. And then lalabas yan, perform analysis. And then balik tayo kay define commands. Tapos i-close na natin ito. Punta tayo ngayon kay analysis and design dito. Okay, tapos punta tayo kay load list. Ito siya. And then ang pipiliin natin na load list is yung 101 to 103, 104, and then let us click OK. And then eto na yung load list. Okay, tapos you click run analysis. Dito pa rin siya, no? You click run analysis, then save. Dapat ang comment na lalabas dyan ay 0, 0, then 7 notes. Now let's go to post-processing note. Post-processing. So, natapos na natin yung perform analysis. Dito na tayo kay chapter 5. So, on na natin, select natin to. Then, you just click done. Then, you click OK. Okay, by the way, if you will right click this, then go to Resolve Setup, ang kanyang defined envelope, ang naka-default na envelope would be yung first, which is 1,000. Kung gusto mong palitan yan, pwede mong piliin yan 2,000 and magsaselect lang siya ng 201 tsaka 202. Then you press OK. Dapat magpapalit ito. Yan. See? So, punta tayo ngayon sa load case. Palitan natin tong setup ng balik tayo ng 1,000. And see what happens. Yan. Balik siya sa 1,000. Now, let us review the nodal displacements. So, i-click natin itong displacement. Ayan. And then, mapapansin nyo, ayan. You click Annotate. And then, dito sa node, i-click natin yung Global Y. Then, Annotate. Yan. Okay? So, yan yung mga displacement ng nodes. Yan. If you will, yung node dito, ang displacement niya ay negative 0.259 mm pababa. And that is due to dead load. Okay? Kung papalitan naman natin due to live load, ang displacement dito ay negative 0.037. Pwede rin tayong pumili ng combination. Yan. So, ang nodal displacement dito ay due to load combination 102 is 0.281. And then, pwede rin dito combination 201. That is nodal results, and part of that is showing the displacements. Dito tayo sa post-processing pa rin. Ayan, displacement. And let's see. So, dito sa deflection, kapag pwede mong i-turn off yan, ano? Ayan. And then, turn on ulit natin. Ayan na siya. And then, you can, this is still dead load. You press control and then scroll down or scroll up para ma-magnify yung kanyang deflection due to dead load. And then, pwede nating palitan due to live load. Ayan, yung kanyang deflection due to live load. Then, deflection due to soil. Okay, so tingnan natin yung soil. Ayan. So, displacement or deflection due to soil. Remember na yung soil natin is pag ganito. Okay? And then, tingnan naman natin ngayon yung animation. Okay? So, click natin tong dead load. Then, dito tayo kay animation. Tapos, i-click mo tong deflection. Then, you press OK. And see what happens. Yan yung kanyang deflection, yung animation due to dead load. Click naman natin itong live load. So, yan yung deflection or animation due to live load. And then, yung H. Yan. See? Tapos, tingnan natin kung merong T. Yan. Meron din siyang T. Tapos, combination naman, pwede pa rin. Okay? Salin natin yung may H, dead and H. Okay? So, ayan siya. So, my dead, my live, tsaka next that we will look is for support reactions. So punta tayo ngayon dito sa reactions naman. We are still under post-processing. So you click reactions and ayan siya. For dead load, click mo lang yan. For this node, yung kanyang reaction Y is 257.406. Ibig sabihin yan, positive, ano? Ibig sabihin, patas. Tapos meron din siyang X reaction. So, click ko lang yung view, displays full structure. Then, balik tayo sa reaction. Okay? So, for this node, yung kanyang X ay 49.176. This is positive X direction. So, pag ganun, ano? And then, yung Y, 360.368, positive direction, pataas. And that is due to dead load. Tingnan natin ngayon yung due to live load. Yan. And due to horizontal. Hydros or soil, ano? Yan. So, this time, remember na yung soil natin is A direction. Okay? Kaya ang reaction nito would be positive Z kasi pag ganito. Okay? Kung dito naman sa window, if you will click node 1, nag-highlight to, that is node 1. If you click node 3, then yun ang nag-highlight. So, yung node 1, yung FX, by the way, load combinations ang nakalagay dito, ano? Yung FX ay 49.179 and that is load case 101. So, palitan natin to ng load combination 101. Yan. Okay. And that is 1.4D. So, ito yung node 1. Mapapansin mo, FX 49.179. Ito siya. And then, FY 360.368. And then, FZ, that is 14.87. Notice na itong mga reactions is parang in terms of degrees of freedom, no? Fx, Fy, Fz, then Mx, My, Mz. So ito yung this is with reference to translation and then this is with respect to rotation or moment about the x-axis, moment about the y-axis, and moment about the z-axis. Anyway, so ayan. So ang mx dito, moment about the global x-axis is negative 0.138. And then kung titingnan naman natin itong summary, hinaharap ni STAAD ngayon itong mga maximum and minimum values. For example, itong maximum vertical reaction, it is 621.56. Nandun siya sa node number 3. Ayan. And that is load case 102. Okay? Tapos, yung pinaka-minimum naman, or 6.147, nandun siya kay node 151. Minimum. So to do that, you just right click and then sa select cursor, piliin natin tong text cursor and then pwede na natin ito i-move. Yan. Just in case mag preprint screen ka, pwede mong i-locate. Ang pipiliin natin na view for the view is itong fx, fy, fz, and then your moments. Okay? Okay. Now let's click fy and turn off fx. Yan ngayon yung fy. By the way, fy is shear force. Fy is shear force along the local y-axis. Tapos, yung Fx naman, that corresponds to force along the local x-axis. So, ibig sabihin yan, yung Fx, this is the axial force corresponding to compression or tension only. And then, etong turn up natin, yung Fz naman, this corresponds to shear force along the local z-axis. Okay, ngayon, tingnan natin yung values. So, i-click natin tong annotate. And then, beam results. Tapos, click natin tong ends. And see what happens. Annotate. Yan yung mga values niya, no? And then, close natin to. Then, I will press Control and then scroll up, scroll down. Okay? So, ganyan lang. Para ma-magnify or decrease yung kanyang results. Now, let's look at Fx. Ayan. So, Fx is axial. Now, if you will look here at the column, maliit yung kanyang axial force dito sa taas and then malaki yung axial force sa baba. This is due to load case 101. So, palitan natin ng dead load only. So, ayan. So, control and then scroll up, scroll down to reduce. Tapos, balik natin si annotate and then beam results. Then, you click axial naman. Then, annotate. Oops, you must, in order to annotate shear force, you must have shear force diagram on. Yun. So, dapat naka-check to or naka-select yan, no? Okay. So, okay lang. Lumabas yung kanyang value annotated. And then, let us verify. So, let's say, etong member na to, due to dead load, yung axial force dito sa baba is 227.025 and this is beam number 12. Okay, so ito yun, beam number 12 due to 1.4 DL, okay, combination 1.4 DL, yung kanyang Fx axial force, remember 317.836, ito yun. Then, ito siya. Okay? And, this is node number, located at node number 9. And then, kung titingnan naman natin yung Fy, okay, or that is the shear force along the local Y, click natin to, patayin natin tong Fx. Ayan siya. So, this is Fy negative 32.729. Yan. Ayan o, negative 32. Okay, so let us isolate etong beam na yan. Then, punta tayo kay view, selected objects only. Ito siya. Tapos, balik tayo kay results. And then, dito tayo, beam results. Double click, this is dead load, ano? So, I will double click this. And then, teka, click ko muna si FX. Ayan muna si FX. Turn off ko si FY. Ayan. Or I will just turn off everything. And then, double click ko siya. Ito yung mga results, ano? Sa shear bending. Ayan. So, dito tayo sa shear bending. And then, click natin tong selection type BL. So dito, meron tayong bending Z, shear Y, bending Y, and then shear Z. Dito muna tayo kay shear Y. So dito kay shear Y, under dead load, meron siyang 100.98. Dito sa start node, which is node 10, then 100.8 dito sa node 12. Okay, so palabasin natin yung node. I think that is shift N. Yan. So this is node 10 and then 12. And then palabasin naman natin yung annotation or yung numbers. And this is shear, so that is FY. Yun, see? So 100.98, eto siya, 100.801, yun. Next, tingnan naman natin ngayon yung bending Z in live load. Yan. So, turn off na natin ito. And then, click natin si load case, live load. Tapos, check natin si bending Z or moment Z. Then, i-annotate natin. Okay. Press Control and then roll up para ma-magnify. And then, you click Annotate. Then, you click Beam Results. Dito tayo kay Bending. Pwede sa ends, pwede maximum, pwede midpoint, and then Annotate. Then, okay. Then, okay again. Then, close. So, ayan siya. Then, Control Up. I scroll up. Ayan yung ating annotation. 39.134 at node 10. Then 47.5 at node 12. That is your bending Z. Palitan naman natin tong load case ng load combination 104. For 104, palitan din natin to na combination 104. Okay, so that is 38.82 and this is 183.244. Then dito, pwede mo ring makita kung ano yung forces at a section. Ayan o. At section 3.368 from the start node, ano? Ito yung 3.368. Yung moment dito is negative 85, tapos yung shear negative, palitan natin yan ng shear, no? Negative 7.412. Okay, balik tayo kay bending Z. Kapag i-move naman natin itong scroll dito sa dulo, at distance 7.5, take note that this is distance 7.5, no? Ayun, 7.5. Scroll natin dyan. it is 183.244. Yan. Okay, next, let's try bending Y naman. And then, click natin si M5. Yan. Turn up natin si MZ. Then, scroll mo lang. Ayan, so 24.504 and then 29.31. So, ganun lang mag-interpret at mag-verify ng forces. Ngayon naman, titingnan natin ang beam stress or beam stresses. So, dito tayo sa post-processing and then click natin, i-unclick natin tong deflection. Tapos, click natin tong beam stress. Yan. And then, yan yung beam stresses in terms of dead load. Pwede nating palitan ito. Gawin natin siyang live load. And we can also use combinations. And then, balik lang natin sa DL. Pwede nating lagyan siya ng annotation. So, click natin itong annotate. Then, beam results. Pwede nyong isa-isa nyo ito. Okay, for example, dito sa bending, no. Since ito ay stress, di siya moment, hindi rin siya shear, hindi rin siya axial, hindi rin siya displacement. Stress is in terms of Newton per millimeter square or megapascal. So, dito tayo sa combined bending and axial stress. So, check natin itong maximum and then you click annotate. Okay? So, ayan. Lumalabas ang kanyang mga maximum. Then, let's check also midpoint and turn off maximum and then annotate. Okay? And then, you click ends also, then annotate. So, punta tayo ngayon dito kay midpoint lang, then annotate. Then, let us choose one member only. Then, punta tayo kay view, selected objects. Or, ayan, sige, selected objects natin. Next is, pwedeng ganyan or display whole structure pa rin. So, balik tayo kay results and then click natin yan, close ko na ito, and then still under beam stress, punta tayo kay layouts, then click mo tong beam stress. Pagilid ko lang ito. Remember that this is due to dead load. Tapos yung blue stands for tension and then red is for compression. Now, this is at distance 0. Now, as I move this, mapapansin nyo yung cross-section doon. Nag-move din. So, at distance, let's say, 1.5 meters, ito yung kanyang stress at that section. Yung blue, that is tension. Yung red ay compression. Okay? So, let us move this. Ayan. So, ito yung color range niya. Stress range. Maximum is 17.728. And then, tension, 16.32. And then, makikita mo rin dito yung corner stresses niya. Next is, let us try to select this beam naman. Yan. Okay. Mapapansin nyo, nagpalit na rin yung image. Naging concrete section na siya, rectangular. Okay. So, automatic siya na nagpapalit. And, this is again due to dead load. I-move natin ito. See what happens. Ayan. So, let's say at mid-span, let's say somewhere at 3.5. Tension siya sa baba and then compression sa taas. Dun sa support, tension sa taas and then compression sa baba. Okay, so kikita mo rin yung mga corner stresses pa rin. So that is the stresses. Now let's check also the column. Yan. So sa column, meron tayong compression and tension, but mostly pag column, compression yan. So mapapansin nyo, konti lang yung tension and mostly compression. Okay, so pwede mo rin itong i-rotate. Ngayon naman, mag-move tayo dito sa plate stress. So let's click this and then piliin natin si stress type, base pressure, and then piliin natin si 1.2 dead plus 1.6 live. Then normal stress type, ulit base pressure. Then you click OK. Okay, so ulitin ko lang. Ayan, 1.2 dead plus 1.6 live, and then base pressure. Then let us click normal fill and then okay. Ayan siya. So yung maximum base pressure is 0.074, minimum is 0.005. And let's try DL combination, DL plus 1.2 DL plus 1.6 live. Oops, hindi siya nagpapalit. Palitan natin dito sa layouts. Dito tayo kay plate stress. Then palitan natin dito ng dead load lamang. Then base pressure ulit. Then okay. See? So dun natin siya pwedeng palitan. Now let's try also plate stress. Plate stress, ang piliin natin ay dead load plus live. Yan. Then you press apply. Base pressure pa rin tayo, no? Then apply. Okay. So kung titingnan natin, 1 plus live base pressure and then normal fill, yung maximum base pressure is 0.0574. This is in terms of Newton per millimeter square. Kung i-convert natin to ng kPa or kilonewton per meter square, you simply multiply this by 1,000, or this is 57.4 kPa. Okay? So, ganun lang yun. And then, let us review the local moment Mx. So, balik tayo dito sa plate stress. And then, piliin natin yung 1.2 dead plus 1.6 live load. Tapos, yung stress type, we choose Mx local. And that is the local moment for plate 3 bar design. Yan ang pwede natin gamitin, ano? Then, i-press OK. So, mapansin natin na yung suspended slab, yung wall, tsaka yung mat foundation, nalagyan na siya ng moment. So, this is in terms of kilonewton meter per meter. And then next, let us look at the local moment MY. This is for plate rebar design again. Palitan natin. And then MY, local. Then you click apply again. So, ayan. Papalit na yung kanyang moment. And then, let's click here, plate results. Tapos, plate stress. And then, piliin natin si 1 dead load plus 1 live load plus 1H. And stress type is MY local. Tapos, i-click natin si show displaced shape. And then you click apply. Then, okay. Yan siya. Uy. And then, punta tayo ngayon kay animation dito. Tapos, make sure na naka-click yung animation dito. And then, i-click natin si stresses. Bakit tayo ito? Okay, so ulitin ko, So, dito tayo kay plate stress, and then dito kay plate stress contour. Punta tayo kay 1B plus 1L plus 1H. And then, enhanced fill. Tapos, check natin make sure naka-check itong show displaced shape. And then, ang stress type natin is MY local. And then, click natin tong animation. Yan. Yun. So, lumabas na si stress. And then, i-click this. Then, 10-10. Then, you click apply. Then, you press OK. Yun yung kanyang animation.